Cowboys Training Camp, live from Oxnard, California. Powered by AA Best Bail Bonds, Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, Texas Cheer Liquor, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jay Semenix. Stephon Gilmore joining us here. Tennis courts in Oxnard. Easy, kind of light day today. You like days like this, don't you?
It's good to just get the body back recovered, go over some mental things that we didn't do well in practice, and just watch the film and get better.
Yeah, you've been around the NFL for a little bit. You get tired of these training camps?
I look forward to it, just to work on your craft. That's when you can really, practice real football. So it's always good to build a base, in training camp and then try to carry it on to the season.
How different is it for you coming to a new team, your first camp with the Dallas Cowboys?
I don't think it's difficult. Just trying to learn the guys, learn the coaches, build a relationship with those guys and, get on the field and compete and show them why I'm here.
Stephon, when you got the call or however that worked, your agent or the Cowboys, one of the Joneses said that, we'd like to sign you here, play for the Dallas Cowboys. What was your reaction to that?
I was excited. I kind of felt it coming, but, during those situations, you don't really know for sure. Just being patient. And, this is one of the places I wanted to come. And I'm happy we made it happen.
Why?
Just because, everything they had going here, what they got last year, great defense, some great players on offense, and, just adding someone like myself to come in and try to help as much as I can on and off the field.
We talk about that all the time, obviously, with the addition of you and Brandon Cooks. I mean, when I got a couple of guys that can really help this ball club, obviously, right away. When you see what Dan Quinn has done with that defense and some of the players and how you can fit in now to that defense, I mean, some people have said this is a top 3 defense, potentially. What do you think?
I think we have that potential. We just still got to go out there and earn it and work hard and start over every year. Because, in this league, you gotta put it out there and go take it. Nobody's going to give you nothing. So I'm just excited. Dan is a great coach. It fits my style of play, and I'm just looking forward to it.
Stephon Gilmore joining us here on the Blitz. Man, you're too nice. He just said top 3. I mean, don't you just want to take him and say, dude, top 3? Some words you probably can't say on radio. I've been saying on air, I think this defense could be historically good. He gives me crap for that. Yeah. Could this defense be historically good?
I think we could, but you still got to go out there and do it. I don't like to say, we're going to do this. You got to go out there and actually put the work in and do it.
But the potential is there.
Yeah, the potential there for sure.
And in August, you can say that. I mean, you look at this defense. Yeah. Where's the weakness on this defense?
I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Well, certainly not the cornerback position, is it?
No, not the cornerback position. I think we got a lot of guys that can play, got a great style of play. And, we just, got a great coach in Al. He's teaching us how to play the game. He played the game at a high level. So we want to be very competitive and make plays on the ball.
All right, speaking of competitiveness, who's the best corner on this football team?
That's a tough question to answer. I mean, I think all of us got different styles. We different strengths and weaknesses, and I think we all got a pretty good game.
Stephon Gilmore is the best cornerback on this football team.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I think I'm a great player. I've been playing at a high level for a long time. And just trying to come in and do what I always been doing and help the young guys out as much as I can.
You talk about helping out the young guys and you playing at a high level. You've got hardware that proves you're that guy. Yeah. What do you bring into those meeting rooms when the young guys are coming and asking you? What are some of the things that you tell them? You do this, do that. Take the fan listening right now inside that meeting room.
I think, when you're young, you kind of, you just kind of playing the game. You don't really know about situations and knowing how to put yourself in certain positions to be successful. Because sometimes when you're young, you just kind of just playing. And, if you got a little bit more knowledge, you can kind of not play as hard and put yourself in position to make plays on the ball.
I will ask you, though, because obviously Trevon Diggs, young corner, coming up. He showed some star power. What are your impressions of Trevon, and does he remind you any of yourself at all?
He's a great player. I mean, he's obviously we all know he got great ball skills. He can cover anybody, fast, quick, tall. I think, I just try to teach him about, how to study the game, how to prepare for the game, what to do in certain situations. And, he's a great talent. I think he can be the best in the league, if he go out and, really take the game serious each and every week and learn how to reset. He has all the potential in the world.
When you say that, at what point do you react and not think when the ball is snapped?
I think that's a preparation thing. When you prepare, you just playing the game in your head. You're not really guessing. I would say you play with good technique, but you kind of already know what's going to happen.
Do you have a guy that stands out in your mind that was the toughest cover that you've ever had?
I played against Calvin Johnson. That was a tough.
Okay, good answer.
He was tough. 6'6", 245. Can do anything you want to do with the ball. So he was one of my toughest cover.
Wow, well that's a big name.
Obviously, he's going to pick somebody with a gold jacket,
Yeah,
right?
Of course,
right? Not some guy that's working at Costco now. I mean, that's kind of how it goes. The best trash talker might not be in the league, or certainly not in the Hall. Who's the best trash talker?
On offense?
Yeah.
Receiver? I say Steve Smith.
Steve
Oh,
Smith.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise anybody.
Yeah.
That when you're going back and forth, you're on the field. Is it fun, or when does it cross the line?
It's fun. I'm not really I don't really go back and forth. I just try to prove it each and every snap. But, anytime a guy chirp at me, I kind of just take it out on him the next play. And, at the end of the game, towards the win, majority of the time I win that matchup, I let him, I start giving my 2 cents then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you know what the scoreboard is.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I don't talk in the first quarter. I'll talk in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, that always helps. Off the field, you were at Wimbledon.
Yeah.
What, are you a big tennis fan?
Yeah, my kids play tennis. They're pretty good at tennis. My son, he's 8. My daughter's 6. My wife played tennis growing up. And, I'm a big tennis fan. That's what we do in our family is tennis right now. My son played flag football, but, I'm a big tennis fan for sure.
So was that your first time there?
First time, yeah.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It was nice. I got to meet a lot of great people. Met Djokovic, met a lot of great people, man. It was a big event. It was like the Super Bowl of tennis for me. So I definitely go back.
When you think about going to an event like that, fitting in, I mean, obviously you're an NFL superstar, so you get places.
Yeah.
When you're talking to, say, a pro tennis player,
Yeah.
do you talk about just life in general, like dude stuff, or are you talking about how to be a professional at that level, and can you learn something from him that he's doing tennis-wise that you can apply to your football preparations?
I think tennis is a little different. They travel a lot, way more in different countries a lot. And I think I have a friend, her name Alicia. She's ranked at number 40 in the world in girls. And I just try to, it's different, but it's kind of similar in my position as far as taking care of your body, being able to move in certain directions. And obviously the swinging is one thing, but I think it's kind of similar a little bit. I just try to talk about, what makes them the best player they can be. And I just try to learn from them and give them my 2 cents on what I think helps me out.
Is that more mental?
I think it's mental and physical because you got to put the work in, and you got to be mentally strong. No matter what happened. Say you lose a point. You got to be able to reset. We'll put it behind you and get better.
I would think tennis, and I haven't really given this any thought until Joe just brought up you going to Wimbledon.
Yeah.
A tennis player, like a defensive back, you're out there alone.
Exactly.
And a lot of times as a DB, you're on that island alone. Yeah. And if they catch a pass, you've got to shake it off. Even though you've got teammates, that relation, I think, could be there.
Yeah, for sure. It's you, at cornerback position and in tennis, you got to be mentally strong. You can't get too high, can't get too low. You got to be able to, whatever happens, be able to shake it off, good or bad, because you can play great for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and not play so great 1 week. You got to be able to come back and keep building. And and that's how you become great.
Now, Stephon, when growing up, did you always want to play defense, play cornerback, or were there other positions you tried?
Honestly, you'd be surprised. I played quarterback my whole life. Growing up in high school, I never played defense, and I got recruited as an athlete coming out of high school, and my dad was like, "You gonna be a corner," and then, I think in camp, I used to go to camps, and play corner, and I used to just lock everybody down, not playing corner. So my dad was like, "You'll be play corner," and the rest is history.
Now, was it something? Those types of skills are very unique to be a cornerback. Did it come naturally to you, or did you really have to study the game at that position?
I think at first it came natural, but then I started, perfecting my craft when I knew that I wanted to play the cornerback position. And I think, with my size, I think they didn't really have big corners back then. It was more of the smaller corners. I could run with anybody. And I was bigger, so I think that gave me a big advantage, coming out of college.
Stephon Gilmore joining us here on the Blitz. You talk about that again. Help fans understand. Help us understand. We see a defensive back get beat. Everybody's trashing that guy. And then, the coach will say, well, that wasn't really his guy because he was releasing him to the safety.
Yeah.
Does that bother you when people are trashing you or a defensive back in general? Because I imagine there's a brotherhood. You want to protect the other guy. Some guy's getting hammered. Yeah. And that wasn't his guy. That wasn't his responsibility.
I think you can't really listen to the noise. Obviously you're on the team, who's supposed to be where, and you just learn from it. It's one thing if it's technical, you can really critique yourself. But, when anything happens that's not good on the field, you kind of just go to the sideline, learn from it, not let it happen again.
What's that feeling like when you got beat and you're just trying to catch up, man? And it doesn't happen to you very often. I get it, but sometimes it does. And he beat me. And that's got to be the loneliest feeling in the world.
Yes, it doesn't feel well. But,
Joe, it sucks.
It sucks. It doesn't feel good at all.
Right. At what point, the other criticism the defensive backs get a lot is when they make a business decision and don't go in for the tackle, or they, a little low-lay kind of defense.
Yeah.
Take us through those kind of plays.
I think, when I was younger, I used to just go in there and just blow, running back, no matter who it is, up. And I make the tackle, but now I think I tackle smarter. I can still get them on the ground. I keep my head up because I used to go in there reckless when I was younger, but I tackle smaller. I don't really make business decisions, but I just try to, be smart and get them on the ground.
Is that something you can teach a young corner that you're playing with?
Yeah,
like here for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, for sure. You can, it's not about blowing them up. It's just getting them on the ground, and that's the main goal. You don't have to go in there and put your head in there. Just,
But that's football, isn't it?
Yeah, it's football, but the goal is to get them on the ground, no matter how you get them on the ground. So just make the tackle.
Is there a lot of busted the chops in the meeting room when you're watching film and some guy made the decision not to stick his head in there?
Yeah, I mean, we see it all the time, from watching film. You'd be like, oh, that guy didn't want to make that tackle. But, you never want to be that guy on film, someone watching and you turning it down.
How do you get away from football? What do you do outside the game?
I'm married with 3 kids. Kids is in sports, and spend a lot of time with them. And, I just, that's really my goal because I've spent so much time playing football, and when I have time to spend with them, I just spend it with them and, take them fishing and stuff like that. And
you're a good fisherman?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah.
What do you like to catch?
I like deep sea fishing.
Okay.
And taking my son now, he's old enough to go, but not my youngest son, but, just doing stuff like that just to relax the mind and get away from football.
Now, training camps here in Oxnard. You been to the ocean yet? You rented a boat to go out and go deep sea fishing? Are you going to? Is that on the agenda?
Sunday. Yeah, maybe Sunday.
Maybe on Sunday?
Yeah. I just, it's kind of hard in training camp. On Sunday, you kind of I get massages every day. So I kind of want to take care of my body first, but maybe I get out there.
Well, I mean, go out there on the water.
I know.
Get that going. That's relaxed. Then go get the massage later. Right? I'm talking into it.
Or I can get the massage on the boat.
There you go.
I mean, that's not really deep sea fishing, but I mean,
It sounds like a great Sunday afternoon.
It does. It does. I mean, that's the difference from an NFL player mindset and ours, right? I mean, that's kind of how it goes. You compare camp out here in Oxnard, some of the other camps that you've been a part of, other teams that you've been a part of. What's the biggest difference? I mean, when you heard we're going to California for camp?
Yeah. I everywhere I've been is mostly been in-house. I never really been on a team we traveled somewhere else. But it's been a great setup. It's in California. I never really been on the West Coast like that, but to play and maybe the ESPYs or something like that. So it's a fun experience. We all here together. This is what we build, that camaraderie, that brotherhood with each other, and it's a good setup.
Stephon Gilmore joining us here on the Blitz. Before we let you go, and I can't believe we've been talking this long, and we haven't asked you about Micah Parsons and playing with a guy quite like Micah Parsons, who was so excited when you joined this team.
Yeah.
Talk about that dude.
Man, I never seen nothing like it before. He's special. He just have that thing you can't teach. He's fast, strong. And one thing that stick out with him is he has a motor. That never get tired. He's a special player, and I'm super excited to play with him because I know, those quarterbacks will be running for their lives.
He spent a lot of time this offseason. We had him on our show yesterday, seeking out advice from all kinds of people that have been in the game for a long time, high-level type players. I imagine he's been picking your brain a lot.
For sure.
Talk, if you can, those conversations of what you're trying to teach Micah Parsons.
I think he asked me the other day, about how I take care of my body and stuff like that, and I told him. And because, I've been playing this game a long time, this year 12. And I think one day he want to get there and play at a high level, just asking me, my routine and things like that. Because that's good he's asking questions, because you have to ask questions to get all the answers to get to where you want to go. So I'm super excited to see him, grow as a player. And, it's fun just sharing information, because I look up to him too. He may be younger than me, but, to see him play on the other side of the field is super exciting.
Is that something you learn, to take care of your body, or have you always done that?
I think you learn it over the years. You get to learn yourself. You learn what you need. I think by year 5 or 6, I already started really in tune into my body to get me where I needed to go.
Stephon Gilmore, appreciate it. Enjoy that boat on Sunday, man.
I appreciate
you spending some time with us here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.